what happens if the dam needs repair? The homeowner is responsible for it if they purchase that property.
Well, those are fair questions you can bring to the committee when you get off work early, and your expert will be there to answer you for you.
Cause I wouldn't be interested in buying that if I were a homeowner. I wanna know that.
I can't guess what the county's thinking, right, but I'm just strategically playing this out. I doubt the county would wanna sell the right of way, given the dam situation, to individual property owners. They could obviously condition the agreement such that the county could always come back in for any kind of maintenance or other purposes, but there would be too many kind of cooks in the kitchen situation with that many. I think any proposed sale would probably be to like a body like the district, or some kind of other government or quasi-government entity that has a little, singular control in terms of discussion point and negotiating point. But I don't know how often, too, the county sells this right away either, so.
They've done it a few times, but not often.
Yeah, usually they don't like to because roads change and things
Right.
change.
But I don't think you see that changing much, so, I don't know, we're welcome to.
Cause that was really, some of the property owners brought up some really good points. One is, if we get rid of the fences, then we have that wide open area, potential hazard for kids wandering through there. I just thought that was kind of a concern, and then if we've got a fence there, how do these folks have access to remove their docks?
I think it's all
That into
fair discussion. I mean, a couple of the board members happen to be in the audience tonight, Dennis there, I think, wanted to see a fence through the whole thing. You correct me if I'm wrong, but
You're right.
he wanted everything cleared out, fence to define exactly where everything is, and how you get your pier and boat lift off is, by barge, I believe. I think they even had an estimate at one of our meetings on how to do it. But they're looking for guidance from what this committee would envision.
I think I want these people to have their docks.
Well, they're not gonna lose their pier rights. No, that's for sure. Now, they could lose the way they're gonna store them.
Lose their patios.
No, I think that's probably something that may go, right? And for sure, nothing new is gonna go there, that's in the county right away. If you read the letter, it will definitely be enforced. So we're looking for somebody, consensus on what we kinda want, and somebody to represent this committee.
I've done a lot of talking. Okay.
I mean, if you don't wanna go, I think just it fine.
I have no problem.
It'd be up to the rest of the committee.
Well, I think we wanna have a consensus as to what we think is all right over there.
Well, I think you brought up a good point, and it was mentioned at the Walworth meeting, the safety issue, which the fence seemed to make sense to, curtail that type of issue. As far as the piers and the shore stations, I think like anyone else on the lake, you barge when you're in a situation like that.
Just realize, well, I mean, if all of a sudden the fence is $100,000, the county's might not spend $100,000 of the fence, and just throwing that out there. And I think, to your point, we can request clear mapping and a timeline with some of the stuff. Maybe we submit questions, for you. I think a clear map of it would be.
A clear map, I think, would be great.
Right.
I mean, if there's a fence, are we assessing the homeowners, or is the county assessing the homeowners for the cost of the fence?
No, I don't, can we recognize Dennis here, he's chair of the
Yes.
works.
Please.
Just so you all know, I recommended a complete fence from one end to the other with several 10-foot openings. which will allow you access to get your cues and things out. Again, I think it's for a safety factor. The other thing that was brought up was to put a barrier up there, steel barrier, what do you call it?
Guardrail.
Guardrail. I don't like that myself personally. I think the fence would be most appropriate, but again, please guide us, because this is a one-up for us, and it's not an easy decision, because we're affecting 10 or 11 people.
None of them are here.
Surprise, surprise. They need to come, they need to speak.
What's the purpose of the fence?
The purpose of fence is for the safety of supposedly children, because that's why the fences were there to begin with, is what we were told.
Well, and I think somebody wanted to define line
Define the line of the properties.
to the properties.
There's a fence along most of it, isn't there?
Yeah, but
Hodgepodge,
It's not connected, certainly.
yes, there is. But again, all constructed, none of it's really on the county line or people's lines. There is no consistency, so that's all there's gonna be, is consistent fence from one side to the other. But again, this is just something that we're talking about. We've asked, and if it was my property, and trust me, I would be there. I'd represent myself, and
Would the consistent fence be closer to Highway J or closer to the shoreline?
Could be right where the lot line is.
Yeah, lot line.
Or the,
I think that they would benefit in like more frontage in that respect, for sure.
could be.
How does the 75-foot rule apply here in the show?
well, as far as,
What you can do, can't do.
yeah, you're not gonna be able to do anything there.
So, I mean, you can't have structures or anything like that, so.
Right. Right, you write in a letter, it says the county recognizes the many approaches that have developed over the years and decades with limited enforcement. However, the renewed focus on safety and ROW right-of-way protection, lawful conditions must now be restored. So they're looking for, guidance, these two, are you on public works? Yeah, so we have two members here.
So, I mean, this meeting's on the 20th. I assume the county has basically sent notice to all of these property owners.
That's.
Do they get notice of the meeting on the 20th?
I believe so. Their public works director is very good with notifying people.
We're not, we got the, sorry.
And, you got no response.
What's that?
You really haven't gotten any responses.
No, not that I'm aware of. I think we had, one meeting we had, did we have 2 people there? And since then, well, there's been nothing, but, I mean, I think it's, we need to think of safety, right, because, we don't want to shut down J, we're not taking our peers out, we don't get car accidents either.
Well, yeah, and some of those properties, are old properties on our side.
Right, I think that's 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
Right. So, in which they have no parking to even get there.
Right.
So there's for sure 1 or 2.
I know one for sure.
Yeah, because, so there's one, area that doesn't have a house across the street. So I don't know where the people live that own it, but we could, we'll have that information at that meeting right next to the map.
No.
Yeah, it's in the
Yeah.
Floyd Kansky was going it years ago.
It's next to Butler's gazebo.
It's next to
That's
that
one
one.
of them. Is there 2?
There's just the one next to Butler's gazebo, immediately to the west by the gazebo.
Yeah.
That's it.
So if we can tell Jess some of the things that he could suggest, and maybe,
Yeah, I wanna know. If there aren't any riparian rights owners that own property that
said, we're looking for recommendations. Again, if you want my opinion, I'm gonna tell you, I'd get everything removed. It shouldn't have been there to begin with. Again, no permits. If you wouldn't open up the can of worms, we wouldn't be here today. It's unfortunately, the people caused it themselves, and the county's just kind of taking a stance that, well, now that you opened up this can of worms, let's fix it. But there's many other issues that we're concerned about. It's not just like Beulah. There's many other entities that would love to own the property, where, once we start this, well, it's gonna be bouncing for a while, I'm afraid.
Well, because it affects other businesses
It
and
affects
what
other
decisions we make here,
So,
believe it or not, but but-
that's why we're asking for you people, somebody to show up and give us some guidance.
I mean, my guidance is, please don't make a decision on the 20th. Let's find out.
Well, I think maybe first, if you can't be there, then we can vote on Senator, you can go, or
Otherwise.
both, or, okay, but for sure, somebody will be there.
Somebody.
Okay.
To the docks, the water situation seems to be, has to stay the same. People have to retain their access to the water, that seems like it's the same. Three, I am not thrilled about barging all of these docks potentially all the way across the lake. If there's any more convenient solution, even if we could use the district's right of way to get those properties off at least close to the barging just to the district's property, so we're not going all the way across the lake. At least there's room to put a truck there and take it someplace.
Yeah, I don't think I could.
Yeah.
So,
Just make
other,
that big.
other than that one property, so everybody else does own property across the street, correct?
That's. seems
So-
to be the
so we're-
consensus.
But we're getting to the point where we just want them to remove their piers and not be able to store them on the dam, correct?
Well, I think if they have enough land there, they can still,
Yeah.
That's what I'm starting to hear.
a couple people
But
probably.
because you have your lift too, and that ends up being on the right of way.
They're not gonna do that. They'll barge it all out. They'll barge it all.
Across the street, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, if you drive by there in the winter time, it's, there's.
They won't transport anything across the road, they'll barge it all out, and they'll either store it to 7 or 8 if they can, or they'll find other space.
Okay.
Nothing to go across the road. It's all one company does, everybody up there.
Okay.
I've already talked with the pier company and I've talked with the county engineer, I'd like to go all this. I think that kinda should leave it alone, I think the fence isn't inappropriate, but it's their space unless we say it's not.
Oh, it's not a weed, it's a cow.
Unfortunately, once you turn the dirt,
I know, I think unfortunately everyone's gonna pay for the actions of one person there, however, some of them agree with his actions.
I don't think anybody here would disagree with what you said, right?
We were in communication with everyone there about what we were doing, and I was the liaison.
During the dam construction.
During the stump removal and everything, and they didn't like what our
Yeah.
determinations were, and they decided to take it into.
Communicated, we had meetings,
Yeah.
emails, work structure went there, we cut down the tree, and I don't know, 2 inches below the surface, and I
I
think,
don't know, at some point enough's enough, and if you don't wanna comply, then we'll take away your rights, unfortunately, and that's how the process goes. And that's where we're going to in the culture around the lake.
So if there is a potential to have some structure on, outside the right of way.
well, I think all those questions are fair just to ask when you're there. advance, but you're looking at, county wants to redo the enforcement, and the dam, safety and public protection is a big thing, right?
Right.
Talk about that. So I think all this, we could bring up, and I don't know if decision, they wanna definitely make it over the winter. I'm sure he'd like to make one sooner than later, we've been talking about this for probably 3 months, but, just by some, maybe you guys showing up will help.
Okay.
And then maybe come back and have another meeting, and then get this done by December, first of the year.
Does that make sense to me? Does anybody else have anything on this issue?
So is, you know, the meeting date, right?
October 20th.
October 2025, for anybody else, at 3:30 PM, is the public works meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I'd recommend a motion just authorizing you and Mr. Guyatt and or Mr. Guyatt to attend the meeting and just gather more information,
That would be my motion.
speak consistent with tonight's.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you for the very strong suggestion. Point 2, determine LDND weight surf presenter and presentation on the Friday surf meeting on October 18, 2025, discussion and possible action.
And that, if you don't mind me interjecting, I actually got an email as our meeting started from the town. They are collecting presentations from all the presenters. And they're hoping to do like a combined PowerPoint, if that's your preferred method of presenting. They're gonna allow the presenters to meet in the courtroom, and have that as a presenter space at a time when I believe the meeting's gonna be here. They're also gonna be simulcasting it on YouTube and maybe the Facebook page as well. So they're just trying to make this as cohesive as possible. I'll forward this email to whoever's the presenter, but just so you know that, they just need to.
Terra Vigilance is not available for the presentation. We have a relatively limited window of time in which to present. We've been granted a total of 90 minutes for all parties presenting sort of on the regulation side, and all parties on the other side have 90 minutes as well. I would be willing to present the Terra Vigilis case, or the Terra Vigilis information. That information would be essentially the videos that they've shown. The videos would be the wave video. The video would be the other video would be the bottom impact video that came from the St. Anthony study. I would also like the authorization of this board to recommend have some recommendations for the town board for an interim solution to last 1 year. That surfing be limited to 25 feet of water, that it be 500 feet from shore. That I would volunteer for this group to be responsible to mark the surf area in a way in which surfers can see and understand, and a way in which others can see and understand where surfing activities are going to take place. I would further volunteer this board or recommend that we produce written materials, which are underway, at least in draft, for distribution to both riparian owners and at the landing. They would indicate this area. They would also include depth and distance information for other boaters, because there are other shallow areas of the lake that are, if you don't know where you're going and have a boat that has a bit more draft, you're liable to stir up those areas. Further step has to do And I think that until we can establish some way of cleaning and inspecting off-lake boats, period, off-lake boats, all off-lake boats, that we shouldn't be having, water ballasted boats come onto the lake where we know that there's a possibility that those boats are bringing in quagga or starry stonewort or other invasive species. We've got quite enough already, I think. On-lake boats are on-lake boats. We can maybe offer a free sticker for on-lake boats so that everybody knows that they're on-lake boats. And there's no issue with those boats. That is my proposal for this presentation.
A live well will also be checked, right, on a fishing boat?
Yes, sure. Live well, trailer, clean boat, the whole clean
So
well,
it's not
clean
just
boats, clean
lake
waters,
waters.
shit, the whole thing.
So then how would you be, so would fishing have a on lake and off lake sticker as well?
I think fishing, yes, for lack of a, there's no other, if you're gonna use a live well, we can't discriminate between the types. I mean, we can't see inside. Surf boats are maybe a little bit different animals, we can't even inspect those. And we don't have a way to decontaminate them. But if they're on the lake and they're only on the lake, there's no issue.
I understand that.
The same with fishing boats. It's when we're fishing on 3 lakes in an afternoon or surfing, the quagga can live, it's up to like 21 days in the ballast tanks.
Right. People don't go into lake surfing. They don't. It's proven the fact that fishermen are jumping lake to lake on tournaments.
We scrutinize the same way.
But how are we gonna scrutinize them? That's what I'm trying to say.
I think we
There'd be
need
somebody that's gonna check in and check out every boat.
We have an answer.
It's just not practical.
Can I just clarify one thing? Fishing boat, live well, any boat, bilge, plug can be pulled, it can be drained, that's complying with the law, the state law. Every boat has to leave the launch, has to drain the water before they leave the launch. That is the biggest step to preventing the spread of invasives, is drain that water out, clean up, get that live well cleaned out. Ballast boats cannot completely drain, and that's sort of the issue with the spread of invasives with the ballast boat, is that they can't be filled mechanically empty, so they can't get all the water out, there's 8 to 20 gallons left in there. So there's a fundamental difference between ballast and bilge and live well, where those plugs can be pulled and they can be drained and dried out.
And the alternative is just saying we're gonna have flag, because boats are coming on trailers to different lakes, and it happens every weekend.
I'm just saying that if we're gonna start regulating one boat, we're gonna have to regulate them all.
And that's exactly what I just said.
And I don't understand how. Because if we're not, we need to start enforcing the laws that we have in place.
That's a law that we have in place.
No, it's a law. I'm saying, we have to start enforcing everything, including, people going in and out, nobody's checking.
Nobody's checking, we can't even get the town to man the station. And now they're talking about using a kiosk, it's gonna get worse. This is not a positive step, it's an extremely negative step. It's the town again saying, we're not gonna do anything.
Actually, the town, the kiosk is made for during the week when it's not manned. That's what the kiosk was for, it's not like during the weekend that that was just a proposal, I was letting you know what was going on. So.
But basically what you're saying, we wanna follow the law, and that's the law.
Right.
That's all.
With no regulation.
What?
So you're you're saying that every trailer that comes in and out is gonna be checked, correct?
We want to check every trailer that comes in and out.
How possibly will we ever be able to do that?
With a pink sticker and a blue sticker. I don't-
It's like, I mean, let's be realistic, like, that's
Right,
not
not
gonna
many
happen,
want.
doesn't even come close.
What's the
Well,
ever,
not
have
many
they
want.
quite must come in?
Obviously, I don't want the Quaker muscles here, but I wanna make it so it falls on the shoulders of everybody coming in and out, and that people are actually doing it.
That's, I agree. It's not gonna be 100%, you know that, never will be.
I feel like we're trying to make more regulations. You already said that they're out there, and there already aren't being, because we're getting Quaker muscles, so we aren't doing what we could be doing as an association as well. We're not doing what Potters are doing. Their association does that.
Their association is manning the lake every day,
No, they're doing the clean waters,
so they're manning the lake every day.
not every day,
Not every day.
no, as much as possible. So they do it more than we do it.
And, well, I mean, the one with the bikes, I don't think it was manned at all.
No, I'm saying for the clean waters, like actually going in and checking boats, looking at their bylaws, they're taking the position, they're doing it as an association. They're not doing it as, the town's not doing anything over there.
Do they have any wakeboard boats coming?
Yes.
And what are they doing with the dollar signs?
I don't know, cause I haven't looked into what they're doing.
What was the question? For which one?
My understanding is they do it, it's a volunteer thing. They have,
Yeah, they have people, but they have people come.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Chair, we received a letter further on the agenda here. I'm sorry I didn't print it, but I believe, we're gonna help fund, police on the lake. And if I remember how it read, it was something 17 weeks. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, somebody let me know, is that correct? This will be the first time that we're gonna have it enforced. And we're prematurely making all these rules before the cop even gets out there. I mean, just by having enforcement out there is gonna help a lot. We haven't had that at all. That's a huge step, coming up. In driving by Highway J, that looks so beautiful now. All the garbage and those buoys, the lake looks awesome. And our whole lake is gonna look like that now. You see no lake now, it looks beautiful. We gotta do this all clutter around the lake. I really feel that we need to try the boat patrol. If we're gonna fund that, and it's further down the agenda, I don't think anybody's not gonna fund that. And I don't know why we have to recommend anything to the town, and then there's consequences with the wakeboard boats. How many of you read the lawsuit up in Scott? You know what they're suing for?
Yeah. The value of their boats.
Well, how many, what, they just put the town out of business, that's funny, right?
So,
I
that's
mean-
not what we're proposing
Well,
at all.
right, but if the water doctrine is a guarantee, if you put something 500 feet, and you're restricting it, I don't know how they'll turn out in court. Do they get 25% of the value of their boat? I don't know.
I don't think that would be an issue.
And I took the privilege to call all the lakes around here, because when I was in Oklahoma and I had to call in, there was mention of a 700-foot in Lake Geneva, some new ordinance that was gonna go in. Well, I talked directly to the administrator, I'm gonna have her name in here if you guys want it. And, there's been no talk of that, so they have another, like a PLD or something down there that's recommending, something like is recommended here. And for them to do a joint ordinance, they haven't done one in forever. I called Delvin, talked to the police chief down there.